had a great time on the tour. We were able to get an unopposed view of the canal locks as there were no large ships and we were the first in. The operator said this is extremely rare, so we felt very blessed to have the Pacific Queen on this particular day. There was an issue with our group tickets being found, so even though we were the first to arrive, we were the last on the vessel, which sucked because we didn't have the best seats as we planned. I wish they had taken more time to actually find our reservation real time versus having a step aside. Breakfast was great, lunch was average for me only because I don't like pasta salad, which was the main course. We met an absolutely wonderful tour guide as well, who sat with us a bit during lunch to personally share Canal and Panama history with us. He is a gem, would recommend 10 out of 10. We came to Panama City specifically to learn about and experience the canal and its locks. Our previous 3 days were spent in the visitors' centers at the various lock sites. This tour added another dimension by giving us the experience of going through the locks, watching the gates to the locks close behind us and open in front of us, and experience the rise and fall as the locks adjusted the elevation of this ship we were on. We found that, beyond learning about the locks, experiencing the locks added an additional and enjoyable dimension to our Panama Canal experience. We would highly recommend anyone who is really fascinated by the locks to have this experience. Operators were prompt, very pleasant, knowledgeable and accommodating. Ian was excellent. Food was very good. Latiana kept in touch from beginning of booking to end of tour. Pacific Queen crew were all professional and made sure the boat was returned to dried seats and the water was pushed off of the decks after the sudden thunderstorm passed. Going through the canal was truly amazing to actually feel and see the waters rise to allow the ships through. Each landmark, the history of the canal and the current projects were explained by Ian completely. It was worth the money. Go for it. What a thrill to travel through the Panama Canal on the Pacific Queen. The whole tour was excellent. Good communication on logistics, great boarding process, nice tour boat, generous meals offered. The best part of the tour was Ian, our guide. He was professional, friendly and exceedingly knowledgeable about the canal operations, the ships that use it and the complex history of building and maintaining the canal. This is a must-do tour. Don't just see the canal from land, sail through the locks. This is an easy, comfortable way to experience the canal for family members of all ages. We spent all of our time on the upper deck where viewing was best, but the air-conditioned areas on the lower decks also offered good viewing. Breakfast and lunch were basic, but both were quite good and made with fresh ingredients. Our tour guide was very knowledgeable about all aspects of the canal's history and current operations. On the whole, an excellent experience. Fantastic. Exceeded our expectations at every level. Getting there was easy. Communication with the vendor was clear and concise. The loading and unloading off boat was a breeze. The food was fine. The tour guide was phenomenal. Articulate in both Spanish and English. Easy to understand. Full of helpful information and lots of detail. Available to answer questions and very friendly. The staff was super helpful. Highly recommend this tour. This was a very educational trip that was appropriate for any age group. The staff for the tour and also the crew of our boat were outstanding. Our narrator was also outstanding. He explained things as we were passing them and gave us tons of information. This trip is a must for anyone who comes to Panama.